he look good up in here. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a Q&A with the love of my life. Introduce yourself.
Hi guys.
No.
Okay, my name is Sammy. Oh, but you know, in the streets they call me Sammy. And you know, I'm currently dating the one and only, the vengeful Lauren's Revenge. And we're here to answer your questions.
Excuse Ollie, he's always in my background and we don't like getting rid of him. So
because he's obsessed with me, you know. Because real recognize real.
No. Before I jump into this video, I wanted to announce our sponsor for this week's video, because I don't know when this video is going to go up, because I know not by this weekend, but by this week, and it is by Juelia. I'm engaged, everybody. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. We're not. That's already a question answered. We're not. Period. So Juelia is a brand that's online. It's a ring brand that you can buy engagement rings on, jewelry on. If you want to throw anything in there about this sponsorship, that they have rings for women.
Just keep blinging it up. You know, just keep the bling coming. You know, we appreciate it. She's in love with the rings, so if she likes it, I'm sure everyone watching will like it as well.
Yeah, I wear those rings 24/7. Well, not 24/7. I wear them when I need to wear them. When I don't want to look single to the public, because, well, I don't want to look single, period. Or he looks at me crazy, because I know he is. But they all have sizes. They all have sizes. They have sizes for every sized ring that you would need, from, I guess, like a 2 to a 6, even though your fingers should not be that skinny, but if they are, they have your size. They carry necklaces and many more. I think you guys should go check them out. The information will be down below in the description box. And yeah, let's just jump right into this video. So today's video, like I said, is going to be a Q&A about me and Samuel. You know, the basics. We're one of those basic YouTube couples. Well, first of all, we're not going to post 24/7 together, but there will be a lot of vlogs with him because, hey, no. We tend to hang out a lot together, so we like filming. He's a photographer. If you don't know, his Instagrams will be down below. Photography, his regular page. He does jiu-jitsu as well. Where do you do it?
Oh, so I do jiu-jitsu out in North Houston, or a little town called Conroe. So yeah, please feel free to check out the page if you're ever interested in jiu-jitsu or anything, just kind of lifestyle of what I do. Check out my page at Sammy Jiu-Jitsu. Or if you're interested in seeing a lot of the photography with my main and favorite subject, Lauren, and a lot of videography stuff that I'm working on. So it can be kind of dead at times because I get busy with school and work, but just if you follow it, I promise, sometimes I just kind of dump a bunch of stuff on there, and you can kind of get an idea of like what's coming, and like you can kind of see like my skills come along, because there's a bunch of pictures that I have on there from Lauren like last year, and then like you can see the editing progress, so it's pretty cool. So check it out. If you don't want to, then don't do it. Either way, you know, no pressure.
There. But the first question is, how did Samuel feel about you shaving your hair off? And that's a question for you to answer to the public, baby.
Okay, so originally I was opposed to it, and honestly, I felt like, I think it was one of those things I personally was like, I don't like, let's put it this way, like not that I didn't agree with it, it was just not my style, right? But at the end of the day, it was just kind of like, Lauren is Lauren, and she's gonna do whatever she wants to do. So, you know, at first I was kind of like, she brought it up, and I was kind of unsure about whether, you know, I was honest about it. I was like, you know, I like you how you look now. That's just kind of my, you know, preference. How I like you. Yes, my preference. And then, you know, when she did it, it was kind of like, oh, you know, this is good. And it was like, you know, at first it was kind of like, well, you did it. Then after that, it was like the new normal, and like nothing changed, and she rocked it well. So it was like, it was cool, you know. It was kind of one of those things where I was like, you know, she did this thing and she's rocking it. So it's just kind of, you know, showed me like, hey, you know what, be more open-minded, you know, to, you know,
Period.
letting your girl, you know, because sometimes I'll be having like 9 different girlfriends with Lauren, you know, with all these wigs and hairstyles and outfits. So it was basically like getting a new girlfriend. So,
Every day.
Every day.
Every single day. I wear a different wig every single day.
Yeah.
So that I can see why he felt that way in the beginning. But now he doesn't care. Like, I mean, I'll have short hair and it's just like... question number 2 is, who is the crybaby? And before he answers this and says it's me, I have a reason. We live like in what, an hour apart? So it's like, even though he's here constantly, it's just that gap where it's like, I don't see you enough for my satisfaction. Like, I like being with him 24/7. Like, I can see myself living with him and still being a crybaby, but I don't know. I mean, sometimes he can be a crybaby, but it isn't like, he's not gullible. Like, he's not the one to be gullible for me, but he can be a little baby in some ways.
Yeah, I can be a little baby, and like when she tries to attack my skin viciously, you know, and pop my pimples and stuff, or like do certain things, and that's when I'm a baby. But I think like an overall baby, it definitely has to be her, like just over anything. Like any chance, and God forbid that I'm 20 minutes away doing something, because I'm gonna have to come and see her and I'm gonna have to feed her. It's just mandatory. So yeah.
Don't act like I don't feed you though.
I mean, I'm not saying you don't feed me, but it's just kind of like it's a, you know, it's a standard.
If he's eating, I'm eating.
Everybody
he does not eat
eats.
without me.
Even our dog eats.
Literally. Question number 3 says, what bugs each of you about each other? You can go ahead and go first this time because I know you got a lot.
So like anything, I think with any couple, right, everyone like in relationships is kind of like, what can you put up with, right? Like, what are you cool with tolerating, right? Because you're not gonna find a perfect person. No one is perfect in real life.
We're not coming to see a therapist, okay?
I'm
We're
just-
not the therapist.
I think the main thing that I kind of dislike sometimes is this kind of like, that annoys me, is sometimes how like it's hard for us to tell when we're joking sometimes. So sometimes I'll be doing something and I didn't get to her in time, or I haven't texted her in a while, and she just kind of goes off, you know, who you seen, who you texting, why did you text me, I saw you was doing this, I saw you was doing
They're
that.
gonna take me as me being insecure and not trusting
and it's
you.
not it's not like always, so don't get it wrong, it's not an always type of thing, but sometimes it is like, you know, I'm busy with school, I'm busy with work, so sometimes it's like not the best thing to see, but overall, like, it's not like that much of an occurrence to where it's kind of like we're fighting every day. It's just, sometimes it's just
We
like,
don't even fight as much.
I'm just saying.
Later. So question number 4 says, who made the first... Oh, I didn't even say what annoys me. When you don't answer me.
There you go.
And it's very rare when he does it, but he chooses food, like, loud. And I know this is like a... What is it? It's like a habit, a really bad habit that most people have. For me, I got terrorized by my sweet, sweet, sweet mom to shut my mouth at a very young age. Unlike you.
Don't
No.
let her lie to you.
No.
She's the loud chewer as well. She
No.
is. And the thing is, you know, I don't say anything because I'm too caught up enjoying my food, you know? Like, you know,
I can't enjoy my
blur
food
the world
if you're...
out.
No. So question number 4 says, who made the first move? And I feel like this is going to go with another question, and we're going to combine them. It's how we met, and, well, like I just said, it says who made the first move. So at the time, I was working at Journeys in the Woodlands. It's Houston. I worked at the kids' Journeys. He worked at the bigger Journeys. Now, if you don't know what that is, Journeys is a shoe store. No free sponsorship. Never mind. There's 2 different ones. There's one for babies and there's one for grown people, adults. So at the time, I was living life, okay? And it was about to be school season, so for Journeys, no free sponsorship, you have to have a meeting. So me and him didn't officially meet. Like, there was never like a time where we like locked eyes, you know? It was more like I saw him at the meeting. He was across, and I mean like across, like diagonal. Trying to make eye contact with him because for me, he was really cute. I remember when I saw him. I remember what he was wearing. He was just the most attractive one in the room. And I kept staring at him. I was that awkward girl that kept staring at the guy, trying to get his attention to make it clear that I wanted to be with him. Now, before this meeting, I don't want to forget to mention this, we ran into each other one night after closing because I was getting a ride home from a friend, and he was coming out of the Big Journeys as I was walking out of the mall, and he didn't pay no attention to me. He just kept walking, but I saw him. That was the first time I ever saw him, but at the meeting is the first time we ever intertwined and locked eyes. I really wanted to get his number, but he just looked annoyed. Like, he didn't even want to be there. He didn't want to talk to me. So I was like, one day. But as the meeting was going, we had to introduce ourselves, meaning my name is Lauren. I'm a social media influencer and I rock whatever, you know, like what I like doing, my hobbies, whatever. And Sammy said his full name, what he does, and mind you, he looks like he's Hawaiian, Asian. He don't look Mexican.
I'm not even Mexican.
He doesn't look Hispanic. He always gets offended when I say Mexican.
Those who aren't Mexican will relate.
Not knowing that, I thought he was this Hawaiian man. Like, ooh, I'm getting one who's from Hawaii. No, he's Hispanic. I don't have no care about it. I like Hispanics. But what I'm saying is, he looked Hawaiian or, you know, Asian.
Exotic.
Yeah, exotic is the word. I'm gonna let Samuel tell his point of view. And again, I had blonde hair around this time, so I looked like a completely different person when he met me. I did.
Okay, so like she said, you know, Journeys has two stores. There's a kids, there's an adult. So I had recently got hired onto the adults. My main goal at the mall was to get to Apple. You know, I'm an Apple fanatic. They don't sponsor me, but
you talk with your hands.
Sorry.
That's one thing that annoys me too. He talks with his hands a lot.
That's
He's
not
like,
a bad thing. So yeah, like she said in the meeting, we were at the meeting, and that day I had a really bad headache, and so of course I didn't want to be there. I think I was getting sick. I don't know what it is, but I felt like really annoyed. My head was like just hurting. And I remember I saw this little blonde girl, right? She was cute. Of course, I thought she was cute. But at the time, my mind was just kind of not there. And I just remember, like, you know, I always scan the room. I'm always, like, looking around. I kept looking at this little blonde girl who kept looking at me. And every time I would lock eyes with her, she would, like, turn away. And it's like, dude, I know you're looking at me. And at first, I did it twice, right? And then at first I was like, you know, maybe I'm just, like, I'm tripping, right? Maybe, like, you know, this girl's not really looking at me. And after I did it, like, 3 or 4 times, I was like, okay, yeah, like, it's obvious, right? You know, she's, you know, maybe wants to talk or whatever. But, you know, the meeting ran for a while. It was like 2 hours, right? Or something like that.
We were there for until 11.
Yeah.
We were there for a while.
It ran a long time, and I was just feeling horrible. So as soon as the meeting ended, like, I didn't even tell anybody bye. I did, right? So, like, as I stepped out, and I was, I had just left the building too, trying to look for my car. I think I went and ended up throwing some trash away for Journeys that we had, some, like, shipment boxes or something. And then I see that someone had followed me. Now, I had heard her say her introduction about, you know, I'm an influencer, a YouTuber, or whatever, and, like, I didn't care, to be honest. You
never told me this.
No, like, not that I didn't care. It's just, like, you know, it never sparked my interest or ideas. Like, I just never, because everyone asks, right, like, how is it dating you, right? Like, you know, you having this big following or whatever. Like, I never even looked into it, or, like, to be honest, I didn't even remember her name. And so, like... like
wow, we've been together for how long?
No,
and you're barely telling me this?
No, like, of course, yeah, like, I didn't remember her name. I remember how she looked, right? And then I remember she looked very familiar. So, like, you know, my brain was kind of like, because I saw her when she had black hair, and then I saw her when she had blonde hair. So my brain was like, so I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, what's this, right? And I saw the following, and I was like, yo, you know, like, at that time, because in jiu-jitsu sometimes I get, like, random people that would do, like, follow they would follow you, you'd follow them, and then they would unfollow you. And so I got a lot of people with big followings, and I was just like, man, it's probably some fake account or whatever, right? And then, like, I started scrolling through her pictures, because, you know, we all be peeping, you know. I was like, who this? And so I was like, oh, it's that girl, right? And so I was like, word, you know, I was like, my head hurts. So I slid in the DMs, you know, like,
after I made the first move, which was locking eyes with him. Okay,
she straight up went, you know, FBI, and was like, and like
Oh
found
yeah,
me.
like I did not care. I looked up his Instagram. I put jujitsu. I put Samuel. Like, guys, when I knew it, I knew it. Like, I looked his stuff up. He hit me in the DM real quick.
Anyway, so like I sent her my number and was just kind of like, you know, if she really bought it, she gonna hit me back, and she hit me back, and you know the rest is history.
It's history. So yeah, I made the first move, but he's the one who, I guess, engaged.
It was kind of a 50-50,
Yeah,
I'd
we
say.
both
Like,
made the
like
first
if you count by moves, she did the move. Like, she definitely found me. Like, if she wouldn't have found me, I probably wouldn't
But
have found her.
I feel like I still don't get a lot of credit for the determination I had to find him. Important question. I think we're on number 4 or 5 now. It says, what do you guys think about the age gap between y'all? There's a lot of controversy that happened, but I was 17 at the time I met Samuel. He was 21. Yeah, so that's around a 4-year age gap between me and him. For me, I typically date around 2 to 3 years older. That's just my preference. I like, you know, dating mature people. I just like older people, not 40s, 50s, but like just an older guy. Like, I don't like the same age as me. It's just who I am. I've had experiences, okay? I didn't find it an issue, but as for like laws or like just parents or, you know, just how people would view it was a really big thing at the time. But as time went on, he actually made me send I can't talk. Don't make fun of me. You go ahead and say
Okay,
it.
so working at Journeys, I was a young 21-year-old, right?
Oh, well.
But
Well, if you want to work at the big journeys, you have to be 18 and older.
Yeah.
So I can see how you would be able to get that mixed up, because at Journeys Kids, you only have to be 16 and older. And I joined when I was 17 that year.
And so, like, at the time, you know, my manager was like, hey, look, you know, there's a lot of little girls and high schoolers that come here. Like, don't get into any trouble or anything, right? And so when we started talking, like, I thought she was like 19 or 20, like, straight up, you know? And any of you can attest to that. When she does her makeup, she looks way older.
I do.
And so, you know, at first we talked for a couple of days, and I think it was like 2 or 3 days, and then I was like, wait, like, send me your ID. And, you know, because I wanted to see, you know.
You know, like, for me, I think that's important. If you're talking to somebody older and you actually are very genuine, I would send your ID, just, you know, to show that you're for real and that, you know, you're being honest about your age. We don't condone like 16 with like 24-year-olds. We don't condone that. Or May. We met in at the beginning. No,
It was
May,
in
June.
April or something, like late April. No, that's when I joined.
No. We met like in May or June.
Yeah.
So it was, my birthday's in November, mind that. So for me, it was like, oh, I don't see it as a big issue because I'm turning 18. That's the difference. Sorry, my stepdad's downstairs going at it because we have Astros going on. But like I was saying, for me, it didn't look like a big thing. But for him and how old he was, we did take it into consideration about age gaps and how big it was. We were debating on telling my family. And it was pretty much more calmer reaction. But I mean, for me, like I said, it wasn't as big of an issue because I was turning 18. I'm considered an adult.
So I had never dated someone
My
more,
age.
yeah. Like,
More than 4 years.
Yeah.
Not even 4 years.
I mean, then like maybe 1 or 2,
Yeah.
right? For the most part. So it was definitely like something different. But she's very mature. You know, and so at first I was kind of like, you know, not sure about it. But as time went on, I realized that it was the numbers sometimes too, because it was like, okay, she's basically 18. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, in 2 years, you know, it's not going to look that bad. It only looked bad because she was, you know, on the tail end of high school, right? And so it's like when you turn 20 and then I'm 24, no one's going to care, right? But if it's like when you see like a 17 and 21, it's like, to you, it's a big jump, right?
Yeah. The next question would be, what do you like about him? What attracted you? And I guess we'll just do it for both of us. What attracted me to him was that he was different. And I mean, not cliche.
Every
like,
girl says that.
yeah.
Okay.
He was out of my comfort zone. Like, I've never met somebody I didn't know what jiu-jitsu was before I met him. And if you're an OG, you saw that I tried it out. And I very much like the sport. I think it's really cool. It means a lot to him. And for me to, learn something new, that's something he loves, that meant a lot to me. He's very sweet. He's very considerate. He's genuine. I love everything about him. He's very loving with my family. He doesn't change who he is to impress anybody. We're really goofy around each other. I think our personalities just fell into place. Like, we're really happy. I mean, like, there's nothing more than that I'd ever want. That's it. I just love him, dude.
A lot of you guys don't know, like, she's been through some stuff, so I'm really proud of her, and like, she's made huge progress on like life in general. Like a lot of things, like, you guys don't know, like, she just doesn't post about it. So like, the person that I met a year ago is a completely different person now, and like way better. Because
so the camera died. I can't tell if I look washed out. If I do, I apologize. But yeah, our camera died. So what we were leaving off with is what attracted him to me, because it was his turn.
So like I had said, besides the physicalities, of course, she's very beautiful, she's gorgeous, yeah. What really attracted me to her, I think, was like just how simple she is. Like, simplicity, right? Like, we met up, we hung out, and like, she didn't, like, obviously I looked at her Instagram, she didn't like show up with a face that's full of makeup. Like, no makeup, just straight chilling. We just kind of hung out. She was like, super cool, super simple. Like, we have a lot of similar interests, but she's also very different. So it's like very interesting to see, like, also how passionate she is about something, which is huge to me, right? Like, as much as I like, doing what I'm doing, I like to see her doing what she's doing, and how like she loves, doing her own thing with makeup. So I think it's like really, it boils down to like how passionate she is, and really how simple she is in terms of like, she doesn't always have to go all out. Like, she can just, have no makeup on, and we'll have just as much fun, or, it doesn't matter. Like, she doesn't care. So
he accepts me for my ugliness.
Yeah, looking like Caillou, or, looking like,
Bugs Bunny. It don't matter.
Bugs Bunny, or, whatever,
Question, I don't even know at this point. It says, what are y'all's plans for the future? As of right now, I'm doing my first year of college. I'm majoring in business and marketing, which goes perfect with my now career that I am pursuing in, which is, getting famous. Not famous, just getting recognized for what I do. I want us to progress, to only be successful, to be more in love, to focus on making money, and to just be able to do that together. That's all I really want to have planned.
Helping her land bigger deals, and not only that, but like having enough money for us to comfortably live, right? Like, have all bills paid for, not worry about bills, and just be able to travel and do what we want, like, really, like, just the freedom of like, hey, you want to go across the world next weekend, let's go, because I mean, being rich is cool and all, but I'd rather just be comfortable, have enough of what I need, and like, of course, like, she loves doing this YouTube stuff, but we have a lot of stuff that we keep low key, and I think that's what I like the best, is we only let people know what we want them to know. And we have so much fun, and so many times that we've never taken pictures, like, so many times.
We don't really share, like, the most important moments that mean most to us. We're usually off the phone, and, I feel like that's a big thing we want to accomplish more in the future, is put the phones down and really focus on us, focus on our lives, focus on school, focus on our priorities. And doing that is one of the future goals that we have, which we're already, getting into the habit, So I feel like, as far as our future plans, I don't see us, doing anything drastic.
I think like we had to split it into two things. Is like the near future and like the future, like the end goal, like
20 years from now type
yeah,
future.
like
kids in marriage, you know.
Yeah, of course, like near like futures, like get our degrees, travel a lot, and
have fun. You know, take advantage of our young years.
Create, of course, like I do want kids. I want a nice home with a dog.
You avoided marriage.
And
you avoided it.
Why would you bring that up? I was actually gonna bring that up.
No, you were gonna say, a house, a dog.
I have my own beliefs about marriage, but that doesn't mean I don't love her. And I'm not opposed to it. It's just different. It's a different topic.
Yeah, always topic.
It's just like a weird discussion. I still want her to have my children, and I still want to have nice dogs and
a big house.
Big house and a lot of fancy cars.
A big yard for our dogs. Because we love dogs. You don't know that about us. We love dogs. We can't get a new one right now. Because of my family.
We love technology. I feel like we're both like...
Yeah, I feel like that's one of our interests that we both like together. That, doesn't irritate each other. Like, I could give him this whole entire video and he would edit for me. And just post it. Because he has fun that way, like... That's what I like with him also, is that he was into technology, he was into editing, and for me, that was like a plus.
More questions, or you do have more interest, like,
let us know,
comment below, or anything you'd like us to make a video on. Because I feel like a lot of people have like a certain perception of both of us, right? And that, like, our life is a certain way, and like, I think what I love about her the most too, like, that really made me like love her more, was like how honest she is with everyone. And like, I think what people don't know is like I don't know how she does does the whole like social media influencer thing, because like there's some mean ass people. Like, y'all see like the glamour of it, right? Like, the brands, the sponsorships, all that. Y'all don't see the ugly messages that people send her, all the dissing that she gets, all the judgments that people say, when they meet her, all the looks that people give her sometimes, like, and she handles that well, so I think like, for everyone who's aspiring to do what she does, just remember what it comes with, right? And that's what she deals with a lot.
And that's its own video itself. Like, that's something I'm willing to talk on. I love relating to people who go through that, how to deal with hate, how to overcome it, how to gain confidence. I'm pretty sure everybody knows on this planet by now that I shaved my head off due to needing confidence. Like, I do not care what anybody has to say. I love myself so much more than I have in the past few years, and I do thank Samuel for that as well, because he reminds me, having even just a friend who reminds you is just well enough. If Bianca, if you're watching this, I love you so much. You're one of the many people who, well, you're only one of the few people who are actually there for me. It literally takes two people, your mom, your dad, it means a lot to me that I have him and my parents who care very much for me.
But like now, she knows who she is, she knows what she can do, and so like she knows that's what comes with the game, But at the end of the day, like I always tell her, I always remind her, like, hey, all those people commenting, they're not the people you look up to. They're not the people who are doing better than you. It's always like some
people who want to
random
be you.
Girl, some random person,
Like, honey, no, it's not worth it. Being upset about those comments is something not to be upset about. Like, they're trolls. They're people who don't even follow you. They're people who just want to be you, And, not to be cringy, but it's true. Like, it's sad how, there's people who do that just for the fun of it for them. Like, like you love seeing people be sad about themselves.
It's on video.
Yeah.
Like, I firsthand have seen like how she's grown. I feel like that's a huge
He's
thing.
seen me react from like the worst comments to now. I just snap back. Like, you just have to snap back. You have to stop caring.
And like, I think that's one thing I've been trying to push her to do more, because I see so many people that look up to her, my little sister included. She loves her, right, and looks at her YouTube videos all the time. But that's one thing I definitely will encourage her to do a video on. It's just like, I've told her, I've got ideas, like what's a typical day like. You can see like messages that she gets and the stupid stuff that people say.
And you'll see my reactions from it. Like, it's
comment if you're interested.
Yeah,
in that. We can do like a project.
And if
like
you
a
want him
span.
in it, like, he talks to me so well, so having him in it would be great. It says, who is dominant? I feel like I have a feeling Lauren is, because she's a Scorpio. And I read this question out loud when she commented this, and he was like, and I was like, I mean, it's pretty much even, but when it comes to certain situations, it's either one of us. I don't feel like both of us are dominant. I don't know. I don't feel like we have a dominance in our relationship. I feel like who wears the pants? Samuel. Sometimes me. But, like, not as, like...
I think Lauren is really good, and what I love her is, like, she's really good at keeping me in check. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, she knows how distracted I can get. So,
Very.
like, she'll, like, hey, we gotta do this. Hey, you gotta do this. Don't forget to do your homework. Don't forget to do this. Don't forget to do that. And
get your stuff together,
I think in terms of dominance, like, I don't try to be first or on top of anything. Like, as competitive as I am, like, our relationship's laid back. Like,
no, we're really laid back.
If if she wants to go somewhere, we'll go. Like, there's no like, I gotta do it this way. Of course, there's things where, like, she can't convince me otherwise, and I can't convince her otherwise. But in terms of dominance, there's really never a power fight. Like, the thing is, like, we're just there. We're just cool. Like, everything's pretty laid back, and we just keep it moving.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's a dominance. I mean, although I'm a Scorpio, I'm really mean. I mean, we're really mean. Like, we're mean to each other. I'm not mean to people, but I'm mean to people who don't like me. But we're just bullies to each other.
If you're into that stuff, then yeah, I guess she fits the narrative of
being dominant,
being a Scorpion. I'm just a balance.
Day taken. I like getting stuff situated, and I like working out stuff that day. I don't like dragging things on. I hate holding grudges. So me and him are really good with communicating now. That was a big thing in the beginning as well. That was one of the biggest things. And now I feel like we're really comfortable. We have fart battles. I don't even care if y'all know that. We have fart battles.
Yeah.
He won't like be confident and admit it, but
no, I'm like losing the battle. So you guys know, like, I used to think girls didn't fart, and then you just get hit with the truth. Sometimes you don't know how to act.
That's it for today's video.
Thank you everyone for asking questions.
Means a lot.
Any more questions?
Stop cutting me off.
I know this isn't my YouTube channel,
but he's taking over like it is.
And you're asking why I don't have a YouTube channel.
He's too busy for that right now. Like, as far as right now, but I feel in the future we will create one for his vlogs and his little vids that he makes.
And I like being very private about my stuff. Like, I like my leisure time, right?
That's also different with us. I'm very open. He's very private. So.
But the thing is, our personalities are inverted. I'm very extroverted. Like, I'll make friends anywhere. You can ask her, and I'll just have like hours of conversation with a person I just met.
And don't introduce me.
Oh yeah, sorry.
One time,
because I thought she would introduce herself. Everyone knows her. Like, her friend.
Okay, not your friends, not in your community. They don't know who I am.
And they don't, and then they find out, and they're like, "Oh my god, how you do that? How you do that?" Or any ideas you guys have?
Like, literally. If you need advice, like I said earlier in the video, if you need anything,
we're not experts, but like
we've been through
some stuff, So it's like, I think the main thing is just like, feel free to pick her brain on like social media stuff. Like I did it too, Like I always ask her stuff because
like, how do you get this? How do you get more views? It's literally from anything. If you need help from like growing your Instagram to growing your YouTube, we're here. I'm here. He always lets me use the camera too.
TikTok is the wave.
Oh yeah, if you don't follow me on TikTok, it's gonna be down below too.
TikTok is the wave.
But yeah, guys, that's all of the questions we had, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed Samuel's first time. Well, no, third, fourth time on my channel now, but
like official sit down video where you actually. But
just know we love you, and we thank you so much for watching this video, and we shall see you in the next one. Like he said 4 times already. Comment down below any ideas you want us to do, or just me. And everything that you'll need to know about the brand, about today's sponsor, Juelia, it will be down below, and all the links will be there to the ring. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we shall see you next time. This is mine, my fish, my only fish, my fish. Oh, he's dead.